Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Cincy Fan Talk. It's your boy LP here with you for this ride. Welcome back. As always, catch us on the socials. Catch us on that Twitter. That is CINCY_fan talk. Thanks for coming back. We appreciate it. The draft is Thursday. Really can't say super excited about it. Happy to see something live that's not a documentary. That Last Dance doc, super cool. Really like it. Happy to see something that's like, live. I was watching the WNBA draft. Like, I found that interesting. Because it wasn't something that was like taped. So I'm happy because it's that. But I'm gonna get into this a little bit later. Like, it's just weird. Like, for me, like, I'm just finding it really, really hard to get amped up for this NFL draft as opposed to years past, because I just don't know if we playing football. Like, well, not me. I'm definitely not playing football. Like, I'm a teacher. I'm not playing football. But I just don't know if the NFL is playing football this season. So it's hard for me to get amped up about it. So that's really my real thing. I'm just happy to see a draft. So I just hope that the players that'll be drafted by the Bengals know what they have in Cincinnati fans. I just kind of hope they know what they're getting into, because to me, I feel like it's like this everywhere, but I can only speak for what I know. And I feel like I know what a Cincinnati fan is. I feel like it's two types of Cincinnati fans. Like, it's two of us around here. You got your real Cincinnati fans, and you got your real Cincinnati fans until something bad happen. Like it's two of us. And I feel like I saw real Cincinnati fans when I was like, or I first saw real Cincinnati fans when I was like 8, 9 years old. This was like 88, 89. This was when the Bengals was making a ride to the Super Bowl. I had never seen anything like it. Like, it was crazy in Cincinnati. Like Cincinnati was going bananas. Like, I still remember going to school, like, second grade. Like, the entire city was like losing their ever loving minds. Like, Boomer Esiason was the man. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing about Boomer Esiason. Like, Chris Collinsworth, Eddie Brown, Ickey Woods. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing about them. Like, James Brooks, like Rodney Holman. I still remember all of them. Like they was the absolute best. Like, in the whole city. Like roll with them. I mean, they didn't take it all the way. They got to the Super Bowl, lost in the last possible second. Still hate the 49ers. Still can't stand them. Like, and I just do. Like, fast forward, horrible years in the 90s. We had Jeff Blake. We had Carl Pickens. But even then, even through all those bad years, you still had good Cincinnati fans. I mean, you still had people like me. You still had people like, a lot of my family members. We always said we hated the Bengals. We always watched every single Sunday when they was on TV. I mean, we had those blackout rules, so you really couldn't find them. But we always watched when we could. We said we wasn't going to watch, but we was always watching. When they got those few first downs, we was always rolling with them because we cared. We always wanted to see them win because we always remember those good times, and we always wanted them back. because we know what it felt like to have a winner. So when they were losing, we was like, you know what? It's okay because we'll be back one day. So when Carson Palmer got here, TJ Houshmandzadeh, Chad Johnson, Rudy Johnson, all of them. When they all got here, Bengals started winning again. We started getting those good times. That's what I mean by, those true Bengals fans. We'll talk bad about the team sometimes because sometimes the team deserves to get talked bad about. And it's not a disrespectful thing. It's a real thing. It's kind of like, when your sibling does something that's wrong. You might not say something in public, because you got to ride for your squad. But amongst each other, you'll be like, hey, you messed up. You was out of order. You can't do that. That's kind of how we are as Bengals fans. We'll let each other know, the Bengals messed up. The Bengals can't do that. The Bengals getting sloppy. That's kind of how it is. We're like that as Reds fans. The Reds getting sloppy. The Reds messing up, base running errors, pitching mistakes, line up card mistakes. Like, what are you doing? But amongst us, we ride for our teams. Now, switch that up with the fair weather fans that we see, or, the fans that's out here for Twitter, clout, the ones that as soon as something goes wrong, the Bengals go down 10-0 in the first quarter. Or, the Cubs go up 3-0 in the third inning. All of a sudden, you just see this wave of tweets. Oh, I knew the Reds was trash. Oh, I knew the Bengals was trash. I can't really consider them Bengals or Reds fans or even Cincinnati fans. I put them on the other side because those are the people that you see. I consider those like the Stephen A. Smiths of the world. Those are your Fox, that other Fox show, whatever. I don't know the name of that trash. But those are the ones you always see dumping on the Bengals on a regular basis because they're still on like 20 years ago time. The Bungles time or whatever. They're still talking about the Bengals like they used to be. Oh, the Bengals get arrested all the time, or, the Reds can't seem to, hold a lead. This, that, and the third. They're still talking about the Reds and the Bengals as they used to be, but they really don't watch the games. They don't know who coaches the team. They don't know who the players are, and they really don't understand how the city has changed or how the team has changed or how the culture has pretty much shifted. So I really don't give them credence, because I don't really consider them fans. They don't understand the teams. So I really hope that the players that are drafted on Thursday and Friday and Saturday understand that Cincinnati, we really want a winner. And we respect more than anything, we respect players that come to our city and not only set up roots here, but they respect our community. They come in, they give to our community, they come out, they support the community, they do things like come to the schools. Adam Jones was somebody that he did great things in Cincinnati. He was somebody that maybe he didn't do the right things at first in other stops, when he was in Tennessee or Dallas or something like that. Maybe he wasn't really doing what he was supposed to do. But he came to Cincinnati, and he really did the right thing in Cincinnati. I mean, he was somebody that was going to schools and giving out bikes and stuff like that. And it's the stuff that wasn't really talked about, in the media. He was giving out bikes to, underprivileged kids. He was in the community and he was really out there. And he was like, I really care about Cincinnati. And because of that, we really showed Adam Jones the love and support because we really felt like he was part of Cincinnati. when he made the mistakes on the field and stuff like that, a lot of people dunked on Adam Jones. But you come to Cincinnati and you ask us what we think about Adam Jones, and we'll tell you quickly. He made some mistakes. He did some dumb stuff on the field, but he was somebody that really brought us up to a really good level. So, great player. Excellent player. We wish he would have got us that playoff win, but we wouldn't have got to the playoffs, and we wouldn't have been a great defense without him. So, to all of the players that get drafted to the Bengals on Thursday, be players like that, and we'll show you all the love and respect and support that you want from this city, because that's basically what we want. We want a winner, but even more than that, we just want somebody that shows us loyalty as a city, because we'll give that same thing back. So that's basically what we want. And that's my piece on the difference on the different types of Cincinnati fans. And I feel like it's that way if you go to Cleveland, or if you go to Pittsburgh, or if you go to Detroit. I feel like it's that way everywhere. So, I don't think we're unique in that respect. We'll be right back. We'll go ahead and drop a quick commercial, and we'll talk to you in a quick second. Cincy Fan Talk. Be right back. Hey, welcome back to Cincy Fan Talk. As always, you can catch us on the socials, catch us on that Twitter, that's CINCY_Fan Talk. Feel free to join the conversation, have some fun with us, go ahead and kick it with us, and just go ahead and share how you feel. So we got the NFL draft coming up on Thursday, and I have to say, I'm not as excited as I thought I would be. It's definitely the Bengals' time to go ahead, and I wouldn't necessarily say change the franchise around, because I wouldn't say a 100% rebuild is in order. There are some pieces that need to be acquired, but if you ask around, you can see the nucleus here in Cincinnati. You can definitely see the pieces here with the Bengals. Like, you can see it. I retweeted somebody that dropped a real good nugget about the Bengals. In the Bengals games that they played last year, the Bengals had the lead at some point in the game in 12 of the 16 games that they played. So that means in 3/4 of the games that they played last year, the Bengals had the lead. That's a crazy stat. Like, that's crazy. And it tells you that line between haves and have-nots in the NFL. Like, there's always crazy turnover. You always see 4 or 5 teams that are in the playoffs that weren't in the playoffs the year before. Like, you always see that in the NFL. You don't necessarily see that in the NBA. You kind of sort of see it in Major League Baseball, but nowhere like in football. Mainly because there's only 16 games. So that margin for error is like razor thin. So the Bengals have those offensive pieces, They have Mixon, they have Boyd, they get that offensive line tight. They got Jonah Williams coming back, and AJ Green's coming back. So they get those pieces through the draft, and they've already shored up that defense. So give the Bengals a couple years and it's looking good. Borderline great. So I feel like I should be more hyped up than what I am about this draft. But I'm just not feeling it. And I'm asking myself, why am I not feeling it? Why am I not hyped up about the NFL draft? I've been trying to tweak my way through it. It's not working out. The answer is not that hard to find. I just don't feel like there's going to be a season anytime soon. Like, the writing's on the wall. I mean, this segment right here, truth be told, wasn't even supposed to be about this. I was supposed to be trying to keep it positive and talk about what I thought it would take for there to be a Major League Baseball season or an NBA season. I kind of had it all lined up. NBA, just disregard the regular season, just say forget it. Just kind of get some practices and some like scrimmage games to, knock off the rust, stuff like that. That was the plan. And, I'm trying to keep it positive. And this isn't really about me being, a whole negative or positive Bengals fan or, Reds fan or anything like that. This isn't really about how I feel about my teams. This is completely different. This is how I feel about the NFL's response to what's going on. I feel like they're kind of sort of sticking their head in the sand and going like, we'll be okay because we're America. Like, I feel like that's the same response that we're having as a country. And that's not going to work out. That's not working out. Like, when I go out and about, trying to do what I got to do and then run back in the house because I don't want to be outside, like, that's what I'm on. I don't want to be outside. So, I'm going out, just going to the grocery store and going back home. I'm in my mask and everything. I'm seeing people, no mask, like, getting close to people. Just completely disregarding what's going on. Like, we'll be okay. It's not okay around here. And I'm looking around and I'm like, a lot of people are ignoring the signals. And I'm like, I feel like the NFL is doing the same thing. I'm a teacher. Like, I've said this more than a few times on this podcast. I teach for a living. And the only thing I can equate what's going on right now to is what happened back when the remnants of Hurricane Ike hit Cincinnati. Basically knocked out the power everywhere. And the school I was teaching at, the power was out for a week. And we didn't have school for a week. It was absolutely crazy. Like, not knowing what was about to go on the next day, trying to get work out to kids, trying to make sure the kids have food at the school. Like, we debated if we should just go ahead and have school just to make sure that the kids will have food. But then we were like, how would the kids eat? Like, it became a health issue. And then we decided, like, we need to make sure the kids are healthy. So we had to put their health first. At some point, the NFL is going to have to go like, we need to come up with a contingency plan. But we haven't heard anything at all. It's kind of like, it's so far away, the season is, we'll be okay. But at some point, September will be here. What I'm hoping is, when the schedule drops in May, they drop 2 schedules. The regular schedule and the backup schedule. They have more than enough time to do this. But honestly, and I know people get dumped on when they're just being honest and they're just stating their personal opinion and it's not positive and all of that stuff, but this is just me being honest. If there are no fans that can watch, it really makes no sense for the NFL to have their players out there to play a sport that is basically disregarding social distance because of the nature of the sport. With no vaccine, it makes no sense to play the sport of football. I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, like, when you think about what football entails, it makes me itch. Like, you walk into a football locker room, like, you just immediately start to itch. I mean, there's like 53 players and everybody that has to take care of the players, the trainers, the assistant coaches, the coaches. Like, I'm itching right now just thinking about that. Like, you can't social distance like that. That's, oh, whew. I don't know how that's supposed to happen. So, without a vaccine or some way to keep these players safe, it really makes no sense to have NFL or any type of football. And there won't be any fans to watch because it's not safe for the fans. So it really makes me nervous, like, to get all hyped up for the NFL draft. But I'm definitely watching because, like I said in the first segment, it's live. It's going to be about my team. I'm going to get to watch a lot of other teams, see if they can get better. I get to cheer. I get to boo. It's live sports. I haven't seen live sports in ages. And the NFL knew what they were doing when they did it this way, so I'm happy about that. But if I'm just being totally honest, I feel like the NFL is kind of just pushing the inevitable out a couple of more months. And I really hope that they have a plan. I just really hope that they do. We'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Cincy Fan Talk. Catch you in a second. And we're back. Cincinnati Fan Talk. On Twitter, that's Cincy_Fan Talk. Of course, that's CINCY_Fan Talk. The quarantine is real. And since school, definitely can't say it's canceled. A lot of people want to say it's canceled for the rest of the year. But as a teacher, we are definitely doing remote learning. So, definitely been putting a lot of stuff out on Google Classroom for the kids. My 7th graders were ready to go back to school. They wanted to go back. Had to let them know it was not safe. I honestly could not see how I would be able to fit 23, 24 kids per class into a classroom and then separate those kids 6 feet apart and then have to try to teach while we were wearing masks. And then you're teaching. Most of the lessons you do call for group work. I mean, because it's all Common Core, and Common Core calls for group work. I mean, it would have been a mess. I mean, you can try to switch it up and everything, but we're talking school. There's so many times in the school day where you can't avoid kids coming together at some point. I mean, you got lunch, you got the hallways. I mean, you have the inevitable fight. It's going to happen. I mean, it would have been a mess. And I know a lot of parents were like, I got to get to work. My kid needs somewhere to go. And I definitely empathize with that. I don't really have a solution for that. But your kid is definitely safer at home than they would be at school, because maybe they wouldn't have gotten sick, but they would have brought something home, because it's school. All types of sneezing is going on. Trust me on this. Those bathrooms are disgusting. So the right call was made. Maybe not the most popular call, but 100% the right call. So things had to be done. So the quarantine is real. The teaching from home is real. If you need a show to watch because the quarantine is real, um, I have started to re-binge the show Snowfall. I have watched all 3 seasons already. Season 4 will start off on FX probably in July. I 100% recommend that you watch the first 3 seasons. I believe FX, it's an FX show, by the way. I believe it got put on Hulu. Yeah, it's on Hulu now. And I think it's on Amazon Prime as well. Um, I'll tell you as much about it as I can while not telling you too much about it. um, a lot of people try to compare it to that show, Power, that's on Stars. I don't think that's a really good comparison at all. If you want to compare it to a show, I would compare it more to The Wire because it has like really good parallels to like more like social issues, I would say. So, executive produced by John Singleton before he passed. Um, Definitely like one of his best final gifts. Excellent, excellent show. For my money, probably one of the best network shows out. Can you call it a network show? Well, FX is a network, so I would say it's the best network show out. So it's set in South Central Los Angeles, but it's set in the year 1983. So that's where it starts. And it kind of takes you through the mid 80s to give you like a real brief synopsis. So you have this one guy, and he basically starts off, he's like this kind of like prep school guy, but he kind of lives in South Central Los Angeles. And it kind of takes you through this arc where he starts like selling drugs a little bit. And it takes you through the arc of like 3 different characters. And you start thinking that you know what's going to happen in the story. And it takes like really weird twists. But if you stick with the story through the first 7 episodes, you will not stop watching it. The 3 main things I'll say about it. Number 1, the characters are amazing. You'll recognize a couple of the characters. Most of them you might not recognize. The acting is amazing. The main character, British, you will not be able to tell. That's number 1. The acting is amazing. Number 2, the storyline is spectacular. Like, because you would think this kind of like about just selling drugs. It is not. There are just so many different layers to this. It's amazing. And it's kind of why I say like it's more like The Wire than anything. Because it's like you kind of find yourself rooting for the bad guys 1 minute, then you find yourself hating the bad guys the very next minute. And it's almost like you don't know who to root for. And it was like that with The Wire for me for a very long time. Like, I had no clue who to root for. And if the first 2 things don't get you, the music will. The music will hook you immediately. You basically bounce from like Run DMC to Rod Stewart to Hall & Oates to Los Lobos. Like, it's ridiculous. And the best part is the music always matches the story. Like, you'll never be like, why are they playing this? Like, it always matches up perfectly. Watch Snowfall. It's worth binging. I mean, I caught on to it like, I think season 2, and I saw the first episode of season 2, and I rewatched all of season 1 in like 2 days. It was that good. So I highly recommend it. So I'm re-binging it as we speak. So, and the quarantine chronicles basically continue for me as I am going out grocery shopping and basically watching cars crash into other cars. Like this actually happened. I'm waiting for the groceries to get delivered to my car, and as I'm sitting here waiting, I watch one car trying to park and just smash into another parked car like it was nothing. I'm like, wow, like this is really a thing. Like you can do this now. Like I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I'm definitely gonna get the license plate, and I'm thinking it's gonna be a problem while I'm like, memorizing the license plate. The guy just looked at me, looked to see if he made any damage, and just walked into the grocery store. I'm like, wow. I'm like, COVID-19 has turned people into savages. Like this is crazy right now. Like I really don't know what's happening. So so the owner of the other car walks out. So apparently I didn't have to say anything because he actually saw what happened, and he's looking like, you crashed into my car. So they were about to have it out just right in front of the parking lot, and I'm just kind of looking like, this is definitely a crazy time. So I'm hoping that everybody is staying safe out there, because I mean it's really a crazy time. I won't even say America. Worldwide it's a crazy time. Stay safe. Stay indoors. I know you see a lot of people out there protesting their right to, I don't know, protest and be next to each other and breathe sick air, which is absolutely ridiculous. But stay safe. Social distance is a key, and do your best to remain indoors as much as possible. And as much as I say I'm not excited about the NFL draft, one, it is something to watch, and two, I feel like it'll help the squad. So I'm all in for watching it, and I'm hoping we get to see some football. So until I catch you guys next Tuesday, stay safe, social distance. It's LP, this is Cincy Fan Talk. Catch you guys next Tuesday. Life is good. We out. Catch you.